Hello student, you all are welcome in the classes of data manipulation and analysis. Myself Tanvi Rana and I am taking your data manipulation and analysis unit 3, that is the concept of database. From today we start third unit, that is related to database management system, and it is totally based on database. We have to create the database, we have to retrieve the data from the database, we have to insert some data into database and delete. We have to perform various operations on database. Let us learn database concept. Before that, we show some syllabus and then we learn one by one topic. So in the unit 3, that is the concept of database over here. Now in that we learn what is database, what is advantage, disadvantage, the characteristics of database, data independence, components of database, which database architecture we have to use, then comparison between the database and the file system. Fine. So this kind of concept of database we learn. After that we learn some database models and different types of keys. So let us learn one by one. In the database, first of all, we must know what is the data. So what is the data? Data is a collection of the small unit of information and which can be used in the variety of forms like text, numbers, media, that means images, audio files, video files, then bytes, binary, that all are the forms of data which can be stored in some piece of paper or some electronic memory, that means in the database or in the file. So when you are writing ABCD like that, only ABCD, so what is it? It is just alphabet, it's a data. But when you write some meaningful data, that means it is an information. So the data is some information or it is a collection of the small unit of information, and the data, that means you can write anything, you can write text, you can write numbers, you can use media files, you can use audio, videos, animations like that, images like that, that all are a data and it is stored permanently in some file or some database. Now what is a database? So database is an organized collection of data so that it can be easily accessed and managed. So organized collection of data, that means some kind of information are stored in some unit, some kind of information like when you have information like student, roll number, student name and all, so you can write it in a different column, so you can easily access or easily manage whichever you want. If you want student name, then you can easily access the name of the students from the database, which is not possible in the file, because in the file you can write it in a paragraph manner or in a table manner, but from the table manner you cannot easily access or manage your data. If you want to access or retrieve or manage easily, find out some particular data easily, then and then only you can use a database. So you can organize your data into the database in the form of a tables which contains some rows, some columns, some index values like that. Because of that you can easily find your relevant information whichever you want. Particular row find karo, particular column find karo, and if you want a specific data, then you can easily identify and easily search that data from the database, because database contain number of tables and that tables contain number of rows and columns which contain the information. For example, student is a one kind of database, and in the student database there is a column like roll number, name, percentage, subjects, total, like that. that are known as a columns of particular tables. It is also known as a field. Same way, employee. The employee contain a database like employee number, employee name, employee salary, like that. It is a one kind of table, and that table contain different kind of columns. That column are known as a field in the database. Now, next is dbms. Now, dbms is a one system in that your database is manage the data. So, it is a collection of interrelated data and a set of programs which is used to store and access the data in easy and efficient manner or effective manner. Like in Excel, you can create a table, you can write a data. So, same way dbms, it is one kind of software or it is a one kind of database system whose main purpose is to manage easily and to retrieve easily the data from the database. When you want to create a database, then you must be use a dbms. That is a system which are basically developed for a large amount of data, or it's deal with the huge amount of data. But it required two main things. It is really useful for storage of the data and retrieval of the data very easily. Now, there is a characteristics of dbms, that is a database management system. So, it will provide security. Yes, easily आप इसमें security दे सकते हो. Like for example, if you have a student table, student roll number, student name, student marks, student percentage, result, like that, student contact number. Sometime if you need to show only the contact number, sometime you need to show only the roll number and name. So at that time you can hide other data which you don't want to show to another users. So this kind of security you can provide in the database management system. It is also used to remove redundancy. Redundancy means duplication. Same roll number you cannot write in a one class, like that. If in a one class there is a FIBCA1, you all have a different roll number like 1 to 100. It is possible to give same roll number to 2 different students or 3 different students? No, exactly it is not possible. So at that time it gives some error because एक जैसे same roll number 2 different student को नहीं दे सकते. So database management system give some facility to remove the redundancy, that means to remove the duplication. Same way it is a self-describing nature of the database system. It simple, it support a multi-level or multiple views of the data, different views. सिर्फ आपको पूरे टेबल में से रोल नंबर नेम देखना है तो इट इज पॉसिबल, पूरे टेबल में से रोल नंबर परसेंटेज रिजल्ट देखना है तो इट इज पॉसिबल. दैट मीन्स डिफरेंट लेवल्स ऑफ व्यूज आर पॉसिबल. It's sharing a simple data and multi-user transaction processing is possible. Now dbms also allows the entity and the relations between the table. अब 2 टेबल 3 टेबल को एक दूसरे के साथ ज्वाइन कर सकते हो और उसमें से इजीली डेटा फैच कर सकते हो. It also follow the ACID concept, that is ACID concept. What is A? It is atomicity, that means consistency. I means isolation and D means durability. That means कि रिपीटेशन का प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करेगा, कंसिस्टेंसी डेटा कंसिस्टेंस रखेगा, आइसोलेट 2 डिफरेंट टेबल के अंदर सेम रिटर्न नहीं हो जाए ऐसा चेक करेगा. ये सब कंसेप्ट फॉलो करेगा डेटाबेस मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम. वी कैन लर्न दिस in a detail. Now dbms supports multi-user environment and it will follow or it allow user to access a manipulated data in simultaneously, parallelly 2-3 टेबल में से एक जैसे डेटा वो एक्सेस कर सकता है. This kind of facility is provided only and only this software or this system, that is database management system. That's why it is very easy to store and retrieval of the data in efficient manner. Now, why we are use dbms, matlab that one kind of software to manage the data. Why we are not using file system? Because file system के अंदर भी आप data परमानेंटली स्टोर कर सकते हो इजीली, उसके अंदर डेटा आप चेंज कर सकते हो, एडिट कर सकते हो. सो व्हाई वी आर यूजिंग डेटाबेस? सो देयर इज सम डिफरेंस फॉर फाइल सिस्टम एंड डेटाबेस मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम. देयर इज अ वन कंपैरिजन. सो इन द फाइल system is also one software which is used to manage and organize a file. But the dbms is a one kind of software which is used to manage the database only. Then in the file system, redundant data can be present. That means duplication is possible in a file system. But in the dbms, there is no duplication is possible because it gives some redundancy or remove redundancy solution. Now, file system does not provide backup or recovery of data if it is lost. अगर कोई डेटा लॉस हो जाए तो वो डेटा को वापस बैकअप और रिकवरी का कोई फैसिलिटी फाइल सिस्टम प्रोवाइड नहीं करती है. बट dbms there is a one software, so that's why it provides some backup and recovery of the data if it is lost. Now there is no efficient query processing in the file system. That means there are thousands of records are available in the file system, and if you want to find some specific data, then there is no query processing system is available in file system. तो आप इजीली उसमें से क्वेरी फायर करके डेटा नहीं एक्सेस कर सकते. बट dbms provide some different kinds of query processing system, so that's why it provide easily access some specific data. There is less data consistency in a file system. File system contain the data consistency in the less manner. Data consistent नहीं होगा file system के अंदर. But dbms is provide more data consistency because of it provide the normalization of data. Data consistency का मतलब अगर मेरे पास दो टेबल है और दोनों टेबल में अगर मैंने रोल नंबर डाले हैं तो एक में रोल नंबर डाले हैं 1 2 3 4 और दूसरे में रोल नंबर डालूंगी 1 2 3 4. और अगर मैं दोनों टेबल में नेम सेम नहीं रखूंगी तो 1 2 3 4 रोल नंबर पे दो डिफरेंट नाम मुझे फैच होंगे इन द फाइल सिस्टम. बट dbms does not provide this kind of data consistency. It's provide a more process of the normalization. That's why data consistency easily handled in the database dbms. Now it is a file system is less complex compared to dbms. Yes, because we are already learn some file system, so that's why it is less complex compared to dbms, because in that there is no manner to store a data, there is no some specific way to store a data and retrieve a data. But in the dbms there is some specific way to handling some kind of data or to handling some queries. In the file system, it provide less security compared to dbms. dbms में आपको डेटा को बीच में से हाइड करना है तो आप इजीली हाइड कर सकते हो, सिक्योरिटी दे सकते हो. वैसे सिक्योरिटी आप फाइल सिस्टम के अंदर नहीं दे सकते. Now, file system is less expensive compared to the dbms. Yes, because dbms is a special software for managing a database, so that's why its cost is higher compared to some file system. So over here I show you some files. So over here I explain you file system and dbms comparison or difference between some traditional file system and dbms, database management system. I hope you understand this all concept. Okay, bye.